You're watching this video because you just can't seem to figure out what the next step you should take in your project that you're working on. Maybe it's a business, a side hustle, or just your life in general. And the funny part is you've found yourself here before. You've been in this situation where you've been working so hard on something and then all of a sudden you feel fucking stumped, like, where the fuck do I go next? Maybe there's a little bit of fear, a little bit of resistance, maybe some self-doubt. You're like, fuck, is this really what I want? Should I really keep pushing? Is this really for me? Am I really cut out for this? Well, my friend, let me share something with you that has shifted the way I approach work, career, and life. And it's simply this idea that there's an inner compass inside you that will tell you what your next step should be. And it's called your intuition. Now, what the fuck is the intuition, man? Because you hear all these generic sayings, follow your heart, follow your gut, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. What the fuck is the intuition, bro? Right, because there's a lot of thoughts that immediately come up when you start feeling this feeling that I'm describing of where do I go next? You start thinking of these strategies, these tactics. Maybe you're watching tons of different YouTube videos. You're just digesting and absorbing tons of information, but eventually it feels so overwhelming and you're like, I don't fucking know where to go next. I'm fucking lost. And then you sometimes get paralyzed by fear. Or you take action anyways, and it's not precise action. You're scattered all over the fucking place, and you eventually feel exhausted and worn out. And you want to quit. And no wonder, bro. I've been there. In fact, I've been there so many times. I've built literally like fucking 15 to 20 different businesses. I can't even name how many. Some successful, a lot of them unsuccessful. Most of them I only had for 2 to 6 months. But the way I'm approaching this YouTube channel is a lot different. See, I've had the same thoughts with my YouTube channel. Should I start scripting my videos? Oh, I need to have a good hook. Oh, I need to look up the best strategy for writing a story and make sure all the beats are there and everything is together to increase retention and tons of fucking videos, dude, on the internet. How to fucking get subscribers, grow, blah, 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 blah. It overwhelms me, bro. That's why I feel called to share this with you. Because I'm going to share with you how I'm currently navigating through it. And it's through my intuition. And I feel like you hear these terms and they're usually associated with these spiritual communities, these fucking monks, Buddhas, and it's kind of like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? Like, what? Just work harder. It's actually a lot more simple than you think. So let's first dive into like, what are the characteristics of the intuition, in my opinion, and why it's important. The intuition, first of all, usually whispers. It feels like a slight internal nudge saying, go this way. Now the problem comes in if you've been raised to not trust yourself, if you've started to outsource your power, if you think you should follow this YouTube guru's advice because he has what you want in terms of monetary success. If you followed dating advice or how to treat women advice from Andrew Tate or fucking whoever it is you look up to on the internet, because we've all been there, bro. We've all been there. Me especially. I've taken dating advice from fucking Tate. It ruined my relationship. It's a separate tangent for a different day. So it whispers, it gives you nudges. Now the issue can lie in if you don't trust those nudges, because the intuition, for me personally, speaks from a different place in my body than my thoughts. It sounds kind of fucking weird, right? Well, the mind is just a tool. Remember in previous videos how I talked about we're not the mind, we're not the body, we're not our circumstances? Okay, the mind and body are just a tool, dude. My intuition speaks to me from my gut and my heart. It's like the center of my torso. That's why you hear people say, listen to your gut. And it feels like these nudges. It's not, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, bro, and I want you to stick with me here. Don't lose me here. Is the intuition knows the next step you should take because it is plugged in to something greater than this three-dimensional reality. I know it sounds a little intense, but your body has inherent, deep wisdom, ancient wisdom passed down from generation to generation and generation and generation. You ever had this feeling like you just know something? You just fucking know something. You don't know why you know it, but you just know. You just get this feeling, right? I just get this feeling. I just know this is gonna work out, bro. I just feel like this is the way I should go. I feel like my heart is pulling me towards this. See, if you're like me, bro, maybe the business or the project you're starting on, you started it from this heart space, right? You're like, this just feels good. Like, this is exciting. I want to do this. But somewhere along the way, fear gets poured into that mix and you stop trusting that feeling. You start thinking logically, or what you might define as rationally. And you're like, oh shit, man. I need to fucking do this strategy, and I need to fucking do this, and this, and these, and these, and these, a piece of these, a piece of these, a piece of that, a piece of B, ba, 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 ba. And it's not a pizza pie, it's a pizza mess. You feel me? Like, what are we doing, homie? Let me help bring you back to center. Because the compass is internal, and it nudges, and you've felt it before, bro. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just simply here to slowly guide you back to yourself, bro, because you already know what works for you. What worked for some 22-year-old that made 100K in a month on YouTube reveals his secrets. What worked for him might not work for you, dude, because we each have unique individual gifts, bro. And I feel you, bro. I'm fucking going through this right now, homie. Right? I've watched so many videos. Oh, this is how to get your first 1K subscribers. This is the secret strategies and the fucking prescriptions, and this is what you should do. But I had to pause, say, hold up, what the fuck feels good? What excites me? What excites me? Follow the feeling. And it's fucking scary, man, because your mind, your logical mind, wants to make sense of things. It wants certainty. It wants to understand. To protect you, bro. That's the ego. It's its job to protect you, keep you alive. So it pulls from past experiences to try to paint a picture of what future events might look like. And the issue with that is it's pulling from the past, not the fucking present, bro. And the future doesn't fucking exist. And the real truth is, bro, the fear will always 100% be uncertain. You will never, ever be able to predict the future. It doesn't matter how many fucking spreadsheets you have, how many plans you have, how much you work, whatever you're trying to build, you will never be able to predict the future. Ever. You could get hit by a fucking car today. Sounds kind of grim, but I'm just saying, bro, you'll never be able to predict the future. So when your ego's sitting there trying to fucking put together these plans and festering, oh, fuck, and then it starts going on overdrive, which eventually burns you out. You feel overwhelmed, like, fuck, dude, I don't even fucking want to do this anymore because homie upstairs in my brain is fucking going nuts because he's full of fear. I don't fucking know where to go. And then if you're like me, there's probably even more trauma built to it, and you're like, oh, I need to fucking perform even more. Because, like, if I don't do this, dude, if I don't fucking do this, dude, I'm gonna fucking blow up, bro. Be rejected from society. Everyone's gonna fucking oust me. I'm gonna die alone. That's how deep the fear goes for me, dude. It's wild. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. So how do we actually bring it back full circle? How do we actually use the intuition? You feel into it, dude. And it's not always going to sound like an internal monologue in your head. It's something you're just going to feel is right. Right? If you've ever been in a relationship or you made a decision where it just felt right and it worked out for you, that was your intuition. Now, it's like a muscle, dude. Because I look at it like this. You guys can actually look this. So this is Sigmund Freud theory in psychology. And it kind of like is akin to this, where there's like the angel on your shoulder and the devil on your shoulder. And the devil is like the ego, and the angel is the superego, which is like your higher self, which I think is basically your higher self is basically your intuition. It takes practice to be able to discern the difference between your who's speaking, right, in your body. It sounds kind of fucking nuts, but like when you have a thought, right, is this my ego? Is this based on fear? Or is this my higher self? Is this based on love? And it's taken me a lot of practice and through meditation to be able to discern thoughts. And I can actually feel the difference of where the thought or the instinct originates in my body, bro. And this is something you can do too, bro. And then guess what happens, dude, is you start to follow your intuition. You no longer feel lost, bro. This is where thinking outside the box happens. This is where imagination lies. This is where creativity lies, bro. This is where work in your project, whatever you're working on and building, it continues to stay fun and fresh and exciting, dude. So then you don't burn out as easily, bro. Because you're not in this mental fucking cage obsessing over, fuck, I need this to work. I'm looking up all these different strategies and tactics. It's just I'm just using the wrong tactic and blah, 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 blah. Dude, your intuition already knows. We can get into crazy theories, homie, how I believe that your intuition doesn't exist in linear time and knows all possible future outcomes. And that's why it chooses the path of least resistance for you. But it's maybe a story for a different day. We don't need to get so philosophical today. Listen to your intuition, bro. It's a feeling. Guess what? I know, you guys probably already saw it, probably already guessed it. I'm going to fucking guide you back to meditation. Because you can bring this into meditation, bro. Where should I go next? You can ask yourself, ask your intuition, your higher self, the universe, God, whatever you want to believe in. And I promise you, bro, in silence, the answers will come. And when I say the answers will come, it won't always necessarily just be a thought. It could be a feeling, but it will come. And this really gets fucking dope when you realize that this is a tool a tool on your belt that you can access at fucking any time. You never feel lost or confused or where to go next ever again, bro. So learn to trust yourself. I just felt called to make this one today, man. I'm not sure why this message came through, but it did. And I'm going through this as well. Guys, if you have a question for me, spirituality, business, relationships, whatever it is, addiction, I'm sure I've been there. So email me, tisnice8@gmail.com. Love you guys so much. Peace.